I've been slowly working my way through my Ultramarine army for almost 2 years now, and the more it grows, I started to realise something. As I was looking through my box that has all my 40k magazines, there were 2 issues that made me take notice. They were the issues that had Marneus Calgar and his honour guard. This had me thinking about how my army had no leader yet. I knew I was going to get the Robu Gulliman eventually, but I think it's time that my army had a named hero for him. By now, I could probably paint Ultramarines in my sleep, but for these 3 models, I'm going to follow the magazine's painting guide that came with them as close as possible to see if there's any difference from how I would usually paint them. After spraying some grey primer, the first thing I want to do is get all the base coats on, so I use a spray can version of McCraig Blue on all 3 models to save some time. There's no real order for which parts I pick to paint first. Some parts might be trickier to get to, but they can be cleaned up before I start shading. But with the blue now dry, I made a start on the red capes with my fist on red. This will take 2 to 3 layers, so make sure to thin it down with some lemon medium to get a nice solid coat on. The magazine shows how to paint the inside of it white, but I prefer to have them all red. Next then was the silver parts, and for the honour guard, it's just on their swords and parts of their backpacks, but Calgar had a bit more going on with his ammo drums, cables and his bolters. Next was the gold parts, and there were some big parts like the shield emblems, the winged face plates and Calgar's eagle heads, but there are a lot more smaller decorative parts scattered across all 3 models. The leather straps then were painted with Mornfang brown. I went with Corvus black then for the ribbed joints under the armour plates and Calgar's guns. The magazine uses Abaddon black, but sometimes it can come out a bit shiny, so I prefer using Corvus black. For the dreaded white parts, I used multiple thin down layers of Corex white. This could take 3 to 4 layers to get a solid coat. And for Calgar's face, I was really happy that the guide kept it simple with just Corex white. To have the ropes going across their chest a slightly different colour from the capes, I used corn red on them. The final base coat then was rack art flesh on the purity seals. With all the base coats dry, it was time to turn my attention to the shading. There are 2 ways I go about shading Space Marine armour. The first is to finally add the shading in along all the recesses. The other way, which I'll be doing on these guys, is to add Nuln Oil all over the armour. The issue with this way is that it can pull up and darken parts too much. To avoid this, I dilute Nuln Oil almost 50-50 with lemon medium. This light mixture lets me add it on and then add another layer if needed without darkening it too much. Next was shading the gold parts, and the guide uses Reichland Flesh Shade. This is a great shade for gold because it dims it down slightly but lets the gold hold its shininess. My go-to shade for a lot of colours is Skeleton Horde, and I use it on the reds, the browns and the paler colours on the purity seals. Just remember to keep it thinned down. For the face, I then go back to Reichland Flesh Shade and add 2 layers of it, making sure to cover all the Corax white. After letting all the shades dry, next was the most tedious part, the highlighting. There's no real easy way to highlight, you just have to really take your time and be careful as possible here, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. I started off with the longest part first, which was edge highlighting all the blue armour with some Calgar blue. There are a lot of edges on these guys, so just take your time and try not to worry about making mistakes. The cape was looking a bit dull after the Skeleton Horde, so I decided to brighten it back up before highlighting them. I thinned down some Mephiston Red and layered it on, but made sure to avoid the recesses. Then I used some Evil Sun Scarlet to highlight the edges and the higher parts. Next was all the gold and silver parts, which was going to be highlighted with Stormhost Silver. Again, it's a little tedious here because there's a lot of little parts to be highlighted, but take your time and make sure to get them all. There were only a few bits left to finish now, and one of them was using Balor Brown on the leather straps, Rack Art Flesh on the purity seals, and to top it off, I carefully scribble on some lines with Corvus Black. I had almost missed the cables coming from the gauntlets, so I based them with Corax white, layered them with some Uriel yellow, and then shaded them down with Iandin yellow contrast paint. The final piece to finish them off was the Tyranid head on the base. I used the Iandin yellow on the skin and then used some Gryph-hound orange on the armour part. Marneus Calgar and his honour guard are finally ready to join my Ultramarine army. Calgar was one of my first hero models I bought way back in the day when he was a metal model, so I'm happy now that there's an updated plastic model. Although I think there is another plastic version by now. I keep forgetting that he has his honour guard with him, and I absolutely love their helmets and just the simplicity of them with their sword and shield. As for following the painting guide, it was pretty close to how I'd usually paint these guys. I just added in a few little different shade colours here and there. The army is still growing, and how many points do I have by now? I've no idea, but I'm going to have to tally it up at some point, but I still have lots more to add onto it. So if you guys like this video, make sure to let me know in the comment section below, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.